Good morning, Juanta, Taquita, Dream Whisperer, Baron, and Mr. Red, who's apparently selling crap for some reason.
Bandicoot 2!
Maybe you shouldn't sell crap. You could sell other things, man. I'm just saying. There's stuff you can sell that isn't crap, man. Don't contribute to the economy problems. Is this right? I guess this is. Yeah, I think it is. But we're playing as the wrong person. There we go. What? But why? Good morning, Righteous Ham. I want to play as Coco, damn it. Whatever. This poor bear. Why would I ever 100% one of these games, Baron? Ever. Ever, 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 ever. I suppose the answer to that question would be if it was fun. Which then brings me back to my question. I don't think that's a true statement, Baron. I don't think that's actually how this is. If you guys wanted me to 100% it, first of all, screw you. But second of all, if you asked for 100%, if you wanted it to be 100%, then you need to, you know, tell me that when you're setting up the run. Because we can do that. That's actually a thing that people have done. They're like, hey, I'm donating for this and also for this. And that's fine, but you need to tell me that up front. Like, if you actually legitimately want me to go back 100% Crash Bandicoot 1, then the answer is no. I would literally rather refund the money than do that. If you want 100% 2... So what does that take into... Because I'm assuming it means get all the crates, which means doing the levels over and over and over and over and over again until I get all the crates. Which does not sound particularly appealing, admittedly. Thank you very much, Omni. Although I do have to correct you very quickly. So I actually only get $2 from those. So I will put $1 towards Chrono Trigger and $1 towards Oblivion. But I will do that. And thank you again, Omni. Or I could put it all towards Chrono Trigger. Okay, sure. As you prefer, sir. I have no idea. I'd have to check, Omni. I don't know what the priority's actually at right now. Oh my god. No death runs? Oh, in that case, absolutely not. No, 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 no. If you really want to torture me, there are better ways, guys. Come on. Don't make me do that, please. Like, we didn't 100% Spyro, we didn't 100% Banjo. Why would this be the exception? We're definitely not 100%ing DK64. Hello, Zlobe. Especially since there's that one apple that, like, I don't think you could even get without glitching. In DK64. There's the apple that's technically underground, you know? Because of bad code. Okay, so it's not every level no deaths. It's a little better. Still no. I'm actually kind of with Dakota here. Moving goalposts now is not cool. No. She's just a different animation set. Just for you guys, I'm going to try and get all the crates on this level. And by you guys, I mean Baron. For you, Baron! I'm going to die. Oh yeah, you remember how yesterday I made the comment that this is better than the original? Or rather, worse than the original, excuse me. Worse than the original, you remember that? So I was wrong. Hear this out. I was looking up a list of differences. Check out some of the features that were in the first game. So, in the first game, on the PS1, you can... The only way to save would be, as at all, by the way, the only way to save was to complete a bonus round, or collect a gem or a key. Those are the only two save. At all. Save games did not remember how many lives you had. So anytime you restarted a save, you were back to 3 lives. They didn't show you how many crates there were in a level, or how many crates you were missing. Bonus levels used to only give you 1 chance to get through them. You couldn't retry bonus levels. Let's see here. In the original game, if you died, it would not recognize any of the boxes you'd already collected. So there was basically it's kind of the same problem Banjo-Kazooie had. There was no saving of the individual boxes. So in the side-scrolling sections, this is actually a fun one. They didn't limit your movement to 2D. Thank you very much, Colin Peluso. To explain what I mean by that a little bit, you know those 2D sections where we're walking like this? Well, in the original, you could walk like this, which means unless you're holding directly left or right, you could go over the edge. The pause menu didn't indicate anything whatsoever, including how many gems you had or how many crates you had. Bounce crates, those ones where you go boing, boing until they break, required 10 bounces to break them. The boulders that chased you would not actually destroy the crates, which meant that if you missed a crate during a boulder chase section, then you would have to start over. The geometry was set up in Island 2. So rather than holding right, this is an interesting one. So now if you hold right, it selects the next level. However, in the original game, Island 2's level progression was the only one that ran right to left, meaning if you go from Island 1 to Island 3, you'll actually just go back and forth between Island 2 until you realize what's going on. This little thing there. In the bouncing... You remember the section where there was the guys who were throwing bouncing barrels at us, so we had to dodge those? Now, I didn't even notice this, but in the original... No, Mr. Red. In the original, there were no indents showing where the bouncing barrels bounced, because it was always a static pattern. which I admittedly didn't see when I was playing through, but they changed that for the new thing. And, oh yeah, Stormy Descent existed, was only available with a cheat code, and was broken, whereas now it's not. Just a little list of changes. So Mr. Red says, what about pluses for all those things? No. See, what those are the absences of negatives. That's what those are. Because at least half the things I just listed would have also been negatives if we were reviewing the original PS1 version. So in conclusion, I'm an idiot. I know, news. And the original PS1 version would be rated much worse than this one. I'll live with the bad hitboxes in exchange for all the rest of that. Really hard to get all these here. Just for you, Baron. And anyone else who cares. I don't know if anybody else cares. Does anybody else care? I gotta write down Colin Palooza's thing really quick before I forget. For Xenogears. Thank you again, sir. You know, I'd be a lot more inclined to 100% it if I had infinite lives. Well, see, unfortunately, since I am an idiot, I lack the ability to do so, Colin Palooza, since if I am an idiot, as you yourself have attributed, then the only way to think positively about myself would be to, you know, not be an idiot. Does TNT count? Eh. We'll be careful. Fine. I sure hope Nitro doesn't count. Well, they're... Heinz Luke. Damn it. Ugh. Okay. I feel like I'm going to make it. The game just kind of seems to arbitrarily decide I don't make it. I'd say I enjoy Spyro more overall, but that's compared to the first game. There we go. Holy crap. Good morning, Venom. Now I gotta do some blind jumps backwards. Okay. Meanwhile, Baron's in chat thinking, man, I hate that lore guy, and I don't appreciate this at all. Good morning, Amber Eyes. The slide jump feels a lot like Donkey Kong Country 1's, which isn't actually a compliment, but at least I know how it works. You may not have noticed on the way back, I realized I could slide literally off the platform. What? Well, after thoroughly trying to get every single crate, I got half of them. I would never try to speedrun a game like this, no. I try to speedrun games I'm actually good at. Passably. Barely acceptably good at. This is not on that esteemed list. Well, there, I got half the crates. See you around, Lieutenant Leroy Jenkins. Alright, whatever. Is this the boss? Wait for the boss? No, we're not. Yeah, I actually was, when I was reading up on the changes, I read that they changed some of the backtracking in this game, because apparently this game's really big on backtracking. I'm actually curious of something. Hang on. Just give me a moment. So we've got Scott Elder, Will King, Scott Elder, Majdi, Cody. As I say, I'm pretty sure Cody is the primary donator for this game. And he's not even here. There we go. Two. Someone remember the number 2. I have no idea, Colin Peluso. Aha! And Myron! Okay, so, hey Baron, if it really is important to you, I will refund your $2. Because that's how much you've donated to this game. And I will do that, unhesitatingly. Myron is actually the primary donator for this game, followed immediately by Cody. And neither of them are here. So I can't even poll them on their thoughts. They're both thinking, ugh, I hate that Laura guy and those streams he does. I was all over the place. Are we going to the left? No. Thank you very much, Venom. Very much appreciated and obliged, sir. If you want to put that towards something, please let me know. And it shall be so done. And there's that gem I don't have. God. There we go. What I could try to do, and actually I've been thinking about this anyways, is go back to World 1 and see if I can try to 100% one of those levels. Persona 5, you got it. Royal, I should probably jot down Royal. Is that even out yet? Do we have a release date for that? Got it. We'll do this. I'm actually amused. Baron put 1 sub towards this game. 1. And I mean, I'm thankful for that. I'm not trying to dismiss that as irrelevant. I'm just pointing out the disparity between that and the people who have donated literally in the hundreds range, who are not here. I'm so confused. I mean, I bash myself constantly, but is it actually true? Am I really that terrible, guys? Like, holy crap. Whoop! This is Showbiz. I know, it's just mildly amusing, Wanta. This is another reason why I try to keep the schedule up to date for, you know, about a month plus. As in what the next month or so of runs are going to be.
What have we got?
I just can't figure out what it wants me to do here. Guess we'll go for that. Ah! There, we're not killing the seals, just for you. Now we're dead. Super duper dead. Aha! I will admit, as much as, you know, I'm dying all over the place, I am demonstrably enjoying 2 better than 1. Make of that what you will. If nothing else, most of the time when I screw up, I feel like it's actually my fault. As opposed to, you know, I'm not sure what just happened, which I think is about half the highlights right now for Crash 1. I just died. Why? Oh! Hey, next time. I actually went back, speaking of which, and watched the VOD on that one little glitch I kept having, where I'd hit the spike dude and then immediately start running to the left. And it was definitely not a bounce. I was just straight up running to the left. And I did a little looking into it. Apparently that is actually a bug with this version. So that's neat. Go figure. And by this version, I mean the remaster, obviously. Come on. There you go. Music's better in the second one, too. Oh, tell me about it, Baron. Good lord. Damn it! That sucks. Well, you see, Zalok, screw you. As I've said before, it would actually be fascinating to interview some of the people who made this game and be like, so, what were you thinking when you made this game? Like, you ever hear the German developer joke? Hey, Cord. The German developer joke goes something like this. So, why did you make the game like this? I made it this way because life is cold and oppressive, and children must learn how dark and evil life is, and then they will understand the true nightmare that is the horrific existence of our futile lives. So that explains why you made it so all the jumps are terrible. Yes, they must learn that no matter how hard they try, they will always fail. That's the German joke. German developer joke. It's educational. We must teach the children that their lives are meaningless and futile, and that they will go to the grave if they are lucky. Okay. It really would, wouldn't it, Salok? So the hardest game I've ever played. Now, I assume we're using my definitions of hard, aka actually, you know, legitimately difficult. As opposed to fake difficult, like Crash 1, or punishing, like, say, Super Meat Boy. Ah, it's not fair. Super Meat Boy isn't actually that punishing. I was actually thinking Celeste, because I've 99%ed Celeste on the Switch. Which I could prove, if I had to. And that was a thing. That was my go-to-sleep game for a while there. No, Mr. Red! And now I'm dead, because of Mr. Red. Mr. Red, I am dead. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Super Meat Boy isn't actually punishing. That's why I had to withdraw that statement, because I remembered actually playing the game. I was like, wait. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Red, for real. For deading me! Thank you. I will put that towards Head On. I'm curious what's going to happen once we actually play Head On. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is you'll never donate again. And that's okay, I'm just curious. I think I can kill that penguin. Hey, I can.
What have we got?
Well, we all know I'm an idiot next time, so that's off the table. How many did I miss? Okay, if it's not obvious why I'm so shocked by this, I've been making a deliberate effort to try and get all the crates in the last couple of levels. And,
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember, I'm counting on you.
well, let's fight the boss, and then I'm going to try the thing I mentioned. No, I don't want to play as Crash. Crash sucks. God. Freaking Crash. Nobody likes Crash. We have these swords. How do we attack them? Let's spin a bunch. There we go. They know that swords are useless. Maybe it's a deliberate reference to the TMNT. Yeah, they'd pull out their weapons and be like, yeah, and then they'd kick a bunch. Unless you're playing the TMNT NES game, in which case Donatello is basically cheating. Raphael is hard mode. Okay. Down. Down, down, down. Into the mountains. Alright, Baron, pick one. We got Turtlewood, Snowgo, Hang 8, The Pits, Crash Dash, and that's it. Like I said, Dawn is cheating. Intelligence is cheating, I'm just saying. Okay, Turtle Woods. Got it. Let's try to 100% this friggin' level. Alright, Colin Peluso. And I win. I was doing that just this morning. I've actually started some really severe targeted exercises on my lower abs, which hurt like hell, but a good hurt, you know. And I know that sounds strange, but, you know, anybody who's done a large amount of exercising knows the difference between bad hurt and good hurt. Yeah, we have to not die, too, I just realized. So let's not die. This is exactly what's going to happen now that I said that. Oh, this is not a no-death level? Okay. Grab that, and that. And then we do this. Not only have I done that, my sister once did a poll asking my viewers whether or not I should do a stream of Ring Fit Adventure. The answer was an overwhelming yes. We're still not doing it. I'm still going to try not to. Nice and cautious, and then die to something stupid, because that's usually what happens to me. Hey, I did the entire level! Oops! Ate a button input or something. Well, this is an interesting situation to be in. Oh, it is actually good for building muscle, yes. Although, obviously, if you go to a gym and lift weights, you're going to get more results. But the benefit of Ring Fit, other than the fact that you don't have to leave home to do it, there we go, is the fact that it's got a built-in personal trainer, basically, is the way I want to phrase that. Okay. In short, if you go to a gym, well, I hope you know what the hell you're doing, because they're not going to help you. Oh god, really? Arrow boxes count? Okay. Hang on. Whatever. Well, I'm glad we don't have to not die on this level. Remembering Donkey Kong. And some levels in this game max time. Which this is not one of, which is exactly what I was just saying. If that's doable, that's barely. This is crouch jumping, by the way. You can tell because you can see the little trail behind my feet. See? So how am I doing it wrong exactly then, max time? Oh, wow, dude. So in short, what I need to do is this. This is why we're not 100%ing this game, by the way. Right here. Right now we're trying to 100% a level. And we're failing at it. You got it, Colin Paluzzo. Thank you very much for the donation, and I will put that immediately towards Xenogears. Thank you, sir. Hey, Terminus. What I'm wondering is how far we'll get into Xenogears before we start cheating. I'm thinking 10 minutes, maybe 5. Something like that. Yeah, I was reading about that too next time. Mandatory backtracking. Like in some levels you hit the switch, which activates crates, and then, you know, they... yeah, you have to go back to the place where the crates were and get them and blah, 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 blah. Not that I'm aware of, CyberXL, no. No, that would be Xenoblade 1, I believe, is getting the Switch port. Or has already gotten. I don't know. I don't know where we're at with that. Any games I feel pride in 100%ing? Assassin's Creed 4. Most FFs. Basically every Mario. Although there are a few Mario games I still haven't 100%ed and it sticks in my craw, but otherwise, yeah. I am missing one crate. Oh, I don't know, CyberXL. Hang on. Let me just pull up Steam. Yes, I 100%ed 3D World. The only Mario games I have not 100%ed is Mario Odyssey, which I just haven't had time. The DS one and the 3DS one. Now, Mario Land, new 2. Let's see, Assassin's Creed 4. Looks like about 104 hours, according to Steam. Although, actually, considering the lore run we did, maybe that's not 100%. Is there a hidden one here? Maybe. Yes and no. Yeah, I've 100% at FF10. I didn't enjoy that one, though, as I've talked about before. So, I'm just gonna move on here. And give up. Because we're 40 minutes into a 4-hour stream and we have accomplished nothing. Let's move on. You know what? Sure, we'll go with for the gem. We'll get one gem. Oh yeah, speaking of which, those hints were not in the original as well. So, you know, good luck having a strategy guide, basically. Oh, yeah, FF10. 100%ing FF10 is actually when I kind of stopped 100%ing FFs. I've never 100%ed FF12. I got really close. But there's a few final things I never actually got, like from the fishing minigame and whatnot. And yeah, I never 100%ed 13, or 13.2, or 13.3. I got extremely close to 100%ing 10.2. In fact, literally all I'd have to do is play the game 2 more times, and finish via infinito 2 more times to 100% 10.2. And I suppose in the interest of fairness, I have only technically 100%ed 9. Which is done in 2 playthroughs, effectively. No, Palapalooza. You cannot. Of course I've beaten Ozma. No, see, basically to 100% FF9, you need to either be absolutely insanely good, like possibly TAS or speedrun level good, or play the game twice, which is what I did. You got it, Colin Peluso. There you go, just for you. Now the hard part. I'm actually not sure how to get past this section. So we're going to try this. There we go. Good morning, nymph. There you go. Just for you. We're never doing that again. She's apparently very happy about that. Wow!
So, you are helping Cortex gather crystals. Yet, you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
He seems like a very sane kind of guy. $23 million, Colin Paluzzo.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your mettle. But now's not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
Right. Fine, I'll take 30 million. God. I can make change for $1 million. Or 7. It's gonna make the taxes even more irritating, but just for you, man. Okay, now back to dying pointlessly on stupid jobs. Can you think of an example that isn't this game, Zalog? Apparently I'm having trouble just getting through the level. Never mind getting a gem. Damn it. I can make that. I can make that. Yeah, I've never played the Lego games. Oh, bull crap. Alright, whatever. Fine. Fine, I'll wait 2 seconds, game. God. I hate waiting. It's going great, Junior Shire. This is the best game ever made. I actually have Colin Beluso, and it's an extremely controversial opinion. The Rescue Refloids thing? Hey, our first game over. Holy crap. Okay, Rescue Reploids thing. Hang on, let me scroll up to see your comment again, because I feel like I'm just not processing. Making completion goals to extend replay value. So, to me, that boils down to adding something for 100%ing, which most games don't do. Or they have an achievement, which doesn't count. Or they have a trophy, which doesn't count. I was going to say, that sounds a lot like locking the true ending behind 100%ing, which is something I'm actually extremely against. Which is why I'm debating my thought. Apparently I can't do the simplest jump. Again. It's time to start hating the game. Alright. Yep, definitely gonna start hating the game. I've been too positive, guys. I apologize. I shouldn't be so positive about this game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, game. I'm sorry, game. I'll be more negative, I swear. Oh, we're gonna get 2 game overs in the first 10 seconds of this level. Yeah, well, you know me and easy jumps, max time. Okay, the lawnmower finally walked by. Sorry. The reason I was muting was because the lawnmower was there. Hi, Mike. Which one, Dakota? Listen, my Zen is beating the ever-living crap out of people. What do you want from me? How many boxes did I miss? 2. Dear game, screw you. Sincerely, the universe. I actually want to test something, though, real quick. Just 'cause I'm curious. Just idle curiosity. Sadly, I've never heard of that one, Dakota, but... lol. To say. I want to get the HUD to pop up. Or down, rather. I guess I'll just do this. New HUD. Touchpad. Ugh. There we go. It does not save our crates across playthroughs. So we have to get all the crates in one run. That's what I was wondering. That would have actually made that a little bit better. It's like, oh, I missed one. Well, I'll just do the level again. Nope. I missed one. I'll do everything again. I'm still debating Zalok's point. See, the problem is Zalok is talking in a hypothetical, not a literal. I work by examples. Can anyone come up with an example that isn't Lego, because I've never played that, or this game, or Sierra Mike, that rewards you for doing extra stuff? Who the heck is Aku Aku? Oh, right, that's the dude on the game over screen, isn't it? Who we haven't met yet. I don't know why, but I really have a hard time figuring out where that crate is. Or barrel, rather. I mean, if you're going for 100%, Metroid can be worth it, but 100%ing Metroid also means getting more stuff. More missiles, more super missiles, more health. It's like leveling more, basically. Like, if you go through Super Metroid 100%, when you get to the last few bosses, you are death. And if we're going that route, then that sounds a little bit more like, you know, rewarding exploration to me, which is fine. Yeah, I'm not getting boxes, like, ever again. Just, you know, like, I'll get apples, because I need lives. But boxes can go to hell. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'd say the lucky emblems are a good example of that. Oh yeah, GTA up until 4. As we'll talk about when we get to GTA 4. GTA 4 was the first GTA that basically doesn't reward you for 100%ing. It's not like San Andreas where you can get all kinds of stuff. Vehicles, equipment, health ups, passive bonuses. Yeah, in GTA 4 you get basically nothing. I actually don't know what you get in GTA 5. If anything. What? Oh, there's a new song that's been released for Sea of Stars. That's neat. I don't care. Right now. Go away. How are you supposed to do these? I'm just wondering. Because the only thing I could think of was that. Ah, thank you very much, Mike. Very much appreciate the sub, despite the fact that I'm playing this game. I do appreciate it. Now, I don't suppose you happen to know where you'd like to put that sub, because otherwise, we may have to find you horribly guilty of not putting your sub towards something. It's a criminal offense. Really? Poor Wilhelm. Nobody knows why his family is so prone to dying. That sounds like the semi-recent one that was primarily poorly received by Platinum. Whatever. I'll take it. Let's go. See you around, Baron. So now the only person who actually funded this run is gone. Who has been present, I should say, is gone. And he wanted a refund. That says something. Is this a troll donation? Like one of my friends actually has theorized several times that you guys will put money towards runs just to troll me.
Crash, thank goodness! I hacked into Cortex's computer and found detailed schematics for an improved Cortex Vortex and a suspicious-looking space station. I'm not sure, but Cortex might be trying to...
Right. Why do I have to do this as Crash? And you are still here, Mike. That is true. Sorry. And I put that towards Bioshock. Thank you. I don't know why. It's just really hard to concentrate while playing this game. It's not at, like, Katamari Damacy levels, but it's certainly in the same direction. No, I don't have a headache yet. I probably will by the end of the day, though. Actually, it's something I like to do too, Permeus. Of my own assumptions, not other people's, obviously. Like, I remember this is good. Let's see if it actually is. ... Nope. Well, Greedfall was literally physically painful, so... make of that what you will. I'd say this game is not as bad as Greedfall, but I don't know what the score says on that front. But at least this game doesn't cause me physical pain. That should not have worked. Well, yeah, the part of the reason I like doing that and re-examining is not just to challenge my own assumptions on the matter, but I find that when I go back and I find that a game actually is that good, it increases my enjoyment of the game, or the show, or the movie, or whatever. Like, I go back and play some games, I'm like, hey, this game's actually really good. Who knew? And I enjoy it more. And then I die. The score for 2, you'd have to give me a second, because I'd have to look at the document in order to verify what it is. Well, after we finish this level, Hazardous. Jesus Christ, he cannot turn left quickly enough. Yeah, I'm a little busy, guys. Sorry, can't drink. Can't take care of myself working. Okay, dick move. Damn it, I didn't realize I'd gotten a new checkpoint. So I was still memorizing the previous section. Or running the memory of the previous section, rather. Waiting for them to drop it on my face again. No, Mike. A good try. A valiant effort. But no, hey, I missed one crate. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm actually thinking about it. Whenever we get to a lot of the Mario ones, I'm probably going to be super frustrated there, too. I have a lot of frustrating memories from, say, Mario 64, for example. Have we already done this level? Oh, whatever. So how do I, like, leave? Or Mario Brothers 3. Ooh, excuse me. Not a bad idea max time, but only feasible if we get to the point where we're that low on the list. Or rather, we're that done on the list, I guess is a better way to put that. Like right now, no way in hell. We got way too much of a backlog. So this is a death route, right? Let's see what a death route is. They've referenced that a few times. Okay. I hope the crystal isn't on the death route, because we are screwed if that's true. But yes, these are all... Alright. Just say, these are all nitro or something, right? Okay. Bit circuitous, but whatever. Cute. I'd be surprised if there isn't at least one crate exactly like that, Corp. Really. It's okay, guys. We're up to 2 lives. We got this. We're gonna die. No one's gonna notice or care. I'm sorry, what? It's okay, we got 1 life. It's okay, we got 0 lives.
Game over.
Technically, yes, Don. Very technically. Can someone talk about Star Trek or something so I have something to say here? Because otherwise I'm just biting my tongue this entire time. And while that's certainly a valid exercise, and, you know, it's good to stay in practice, it'd be nice to actually be talking rather than just sitting here in total silence. Screaming. I have not seen Picard, no. Shields in the Star Wars are actually fairly simple. What they are is a form of magnetic enforcement of the armor. So they're not really shields in the traditional sense of the word. They're actually closer to real-life shields. No, I have not, Hazardous. I've heard extremely mixed things. About Picard. Which, at this point, is kind of like saying it's a Tuesday. Hey guys, there's a new Star Wars movie. I've heard extremely mixed things. Funnily enough, despite my best efforts to not hear any opinions about FF7R, I keep hearing opinions about FF7R, too. Guess what? Mixed opinions. Oh, screw you, game. Screw you and screw your developers. I want to find the person who coded this game, and I want to just punch them until my arm runs out of energy. Until I can no longer move it. And then I'm going to switch to punching them with the other arm. And once I do that, I'm going to switch to punching them with my knee. Right in the gut. And then I'm going to start punching them in the gonads. Over and over and over again until they die. If you don't like it, there's the door. Next time. Let me guess, it's a running ball level. Can't I do this as her? Oh no, that's not a running ball.
Game over.
One of the things I find most fascinating about Section 31 over in Star Trek is the fact that Section 31's existence makes so much sense in the confines of the setting and, you know, the lore. And if you go back through, you know, TNG and DS9 thinking that Section 31 exists, then you'll actually get to... a lot of it makes sense, basically. It's like, aha, they were involved here, and they were involved there, and so forth and so on. All of a sudden, sequences that otherwise were like, huh, can be explained away. What I find most amusing about that is Section 31 is such a late addition to the series. Like, I forget the exact episode right now, because, you know, I don't have it in front of me, but it's really late. It's either Season 6 or Season 7 of DS9. And that's pretty far into Star Trek's history. Now, I know Enterprise obviously did some stuff with it, too. But you get my point. I have to admit, there is one thing that pushes me even into more frustration than I already would be here. And that's that the game mocks you for dying or failing. At least it feels that way to me. It was more obvious in the first game. You know, the stupid pigs at the... Thank you, Max Time. You know those stupid pigs at the bridge levels? So we're so obviously like, haha. I killed you, haha. Or like the bear just now, who gets you and he looks all smug and pleased with himself, like, I killed you. Fnarf, fnarf. It's like, thanks, game. Thanks, I appreciate it. I didn't mean I want you to leave next time. I'm sorry. I apologize. No excuse. Hey guys, I touched the tail of a lizard, which is apparently fatal to bandicoots. Of all the things to die to. Really, game? He's not that hungry, Ambrose. Who would eat a bandicoot? Ugh, that's just ridiculous. No, he just wants to murder us. He doesn't actually want to eat us. What do you think he is, an animal? No, he kills for sport. Jurassic Park quote here. Seriously, Tagoda? He's a Trandoshan, so he's an asshole? Sorry. I mean, that's usually how they're portrayed. I suppose that's true, Dream Whisperer. That would explain a lot about The Last of Us. So, we're just straight up suicidal at this point? Like, at least the bear has a reason to chase us now, jeez. Now we just have to do that 100% without dying. Pull out gun. No. You want to kill yourself, you gotta shoot up here. Like down. And cover your mouth, too, because otherwise it's just gonna go everywhere. So, there we go.
Crash, my boy. You are more than halfway there. But I'm sure you've noticed that things are getting harder. The last 10 crystals will be the hardest to gather, and our enemies will be sending their strongest forces to thwart you. I'll contact you again when you have completed the next warp room.
Look, all I'm saying is no to 100%ing. So let's take out Tiny, who was apparently in the first game as a cameo, because he was supposed to be in the first game as a full character. This should be fun. I'm predicting 17 game overs. Game. do I get my platforms back, or is this just mega hard mode now? Like, I get it, game. You hate me personally. On a deeply personal level. Not sure what I did to piss you off so much, but, you know, whatever. I didn't steal your shoes, game, I swear. Completely unnecessary.
Game over.
Really getting sick of that screen. Yes, permission granted, Cord. And yeah, that boss was so boring it got clipped twice, Sonic Doctor. Whoops! Pay attention to the game lore. I wish you could kill yourself to kill him. That'd be kind of cool. I'm taking you with me, and then he plays Coco for the rest of the game. And yes, the Romans definitely had hovering platforms. Considering I was fully planning on playing these games until after FF7R was done, I'm not sure I agree with that, Dakota. I know, Max Time. Sadness. Lol. Crazy horse. Whoa! Pay attention. Not you, me. This is getting boring to play. Which one, Hazardous? About our life is ultimately nothing but pain and misery. There is nothing good in the world, only endless degrees of suffering.
Game over.
As you can see, there is nothing good in the universe, only endless pain. We must understand how meaningless and pointless we are. And understand in so doing that it really is it's just better to die, you know? It's just better to end it. Wait, is that not depressing enough for you? How about this one? I would never want to have children in this world. Because I would never want to bring a new life into this world. They deserve better. Yeah, video games suck. Let's discuss. That's my motto, right? I feel like that's my motto some days. Die in a fire. Not you guys, him. And we'll never see him again. Yep, we've always been the mirror universe, guys. It explains everything if you think about it. Really, it does. I have heard more than a few friends posit that as a serious suggestion because of the nature of how certain things go in real life that shouldn't. Basically, that really, really shouldn't go the way they have actually gone in real life. I'm not even going to name specific examples. It doesn't matter. You can fill in the gaps yourself there. Good morning, Bragwin. About frickin' time. Jesus. Grats. Anyone ever watch Futurama? If you haven't, I honestly recommend it. It's a good show. Although it takes until about season 2 for it to actually start getting funny, but that's opinion, obviously. Like, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna diverge from my actual intended topic for a second here. I went and rewatched Futurama about 4 years ago at this point, and I forgot how boring season 1 was. Like, why did I like that show? It didn't make me laugh, like, at all. Anyways, sorry. Getting back to the point. So, they have this little mini section on the show called The Scary Door. If you happen to know what I'm talking about. And there's this bit where they just shortchanged the joke, which I was actually completely down for. But it cuts to a scientist who's like, yes, and now I will combine the evil essences of every evil animal on Earth to make the most eatable beast in the world. And then just a guy pops out and says, turns out it was man. And that's the whole bit. It's like, yeah, I think we all predicted that one. Which is the joke. Alright, you want me to talk positivity? Because I can be positive. You know why I'm so negative? I know that I just said I was going to be positive, but hear me out. You know why I'm so negative? It's because I'm an idealist. It's because things should be better. There's an episode of Futurama where they cover Star Trek. You probably know the episode if you've watched Futurama, so I'll just kind of leave that there. But there's this really great bit right towards the beginning. And forgive me, I haven't actually watched the episode in 4 years. But there's this bit where Fry is being basically interrogated by Leela. And Leela's like, I don't understand why you gave such a damn about some stupid show. And Fry gives like 3 or 4 basically meme answers. And then he hesitates for a moment, and God, I love the voice acting in Futurama, because he just kind of gets real for a second. He says, plus, I have to admit, sometimes when it felt like I was alone, I'd watch the show and it wouldn't feel like I was so alone anymore. I know I just died, but... That was a nice little moment, wasn't it? I bet a lot of people could sympathize with that. It's actually one of several reasons why I've been in favor of the interconnectivity of the internet, despite the fact that it has brought us many terrible things in society and life. Yeah, Fry's awesome. The only time I don't like Fry is when he's being comedically stupid, which the show does every now and again. You know what I mean, when he's dumb to the point of nonsense. It's actually an extremely common trope in all of fiction. When he's so stupid that it's like, no, you don't... That doesn't... You call it Gokuing it up if you want. Come on. There we go. I'm sorry, where's the crystal? Oh, God, it's right there. I didn't even see it. Thank you. You know what I like about Homer back when Simpsons was good? For the first, like, 10-ish seasons. Actually, more like 4th season up to 10, give or take. Come on. There we go. Homer's a decent person in early Simpsons. Seriously. One of the things that's a regular feature of the range of Simpsons I'm referring to is that Homer will go way, 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 way out of his way in order to be there for his wife and kids. I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the somewhat infamous Do It For Her episode, which is a good example of that. But there are plenty of examples of that in that range of Simpsons. And I've always thought that was interesting. That despite his stupidity and ridiculousness, they always tried to maintain that character trait until later seasons and episodes where the show kind of stopped being good. I've decided I don't care for Nitro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he has done some... Not only has he done some really bonkers things, he's done a lot of things that are in contradiction to the character traits I just mentioned. Of, you know, being a good husband and father. Or at the very least, how good is probably too overselling it, but at the very least, a devoted and loving husband and father. Yeah, honestly, I think what's throwing me here is I'm having trouble navigating the hitboxes of the Nitro, which, I mean, I know, duh, right? Call the presses, I'm having trouble with hitboxes in this game. I'm not even gonna try. I'll get a few of those, though. Yeah, they also jump. Remember the spikes we kept using in... Oh, come on, game. The spikes we kept using in Mario Maker. Imagine if they could hop. I'm gonna game over right here. Predicting it right now. Prediction fulfilled. Or not. I mean, that's cool, too. Do the other side, then. No, we're on the second game, Bella. I would believe you if you couldn't tell the difference because I'm still dying left and right to stupid things. I will freely admit my will to care is basically gone at this point. I just want this over with. You know what's funny? I wish this game actually had an infinite lives option, because it'd be a lot less frustrating then. Sincerely. And I've been debating that since the first game, and I'm now going to give actual evidence for that. The bonus level, I was just dying it over and over and over and over. That didn't frustrate me. You know why? Because if I died, I would just be like, well, let's go, try it again. Because I failed. Oh, okay, let's try again, because I failed. Oh, let's try again, because I failed. But because I have a live system, if I die right now, I get to start the level over. So now I get to start the level over.
Game over.
I'm not quite at the point of snapping my monitor in half, but I'm thinking about it. I'm imagining it. Just kind of picturing the chips going everywhere and the plastic shards. Okay, I feel better. Well, this is my job, Bella. The job does not have to be enjoyable or positive. It just has to be a job. I don't have room for a punching bag. I've thought about it. Not even that expensive. No, see, if I gave a negative at the game at this point, people would rant and yell at me, so I can't do that. I mean, I do have a spare monitor. I could afford to lose this one. I would rather not, since that monitor sucks. It's there for, backup just in case. That's true, Hazardous. That is fair. Getting a new monitor right now is not exactly as hard as it would be. Or, excuse me, as easy as it would be under normal circumstances. It would also be a complete waste of money, and I cannot abide waste, so... I'm honestly astonished FF7R showed up on time. It was predicted to show up today, I think, actually. But it actually got here Sunday, so woo. Haven't installed it yet, haven't had time. I'll do it before the run, don't worry. How many of you remember liking this game? Let's get some perspective in here. Specifically 2, by the way. Not 1, not 3, 2. And obvious follow-up question. Why? What did you like about it? By the way, that's not a challenge or a "you're dumb" comment. I am legitimately interested in your opinions. I know I need to say that every now and again, because not everyone really knows me, but I am actually interested in, you know, why you liked it, why you thought it was good. I may be frustrated, but I'm not frustrated at you guys. You guys rock. Crash 2 is better than Crash 1, that is true. I firmly agree with that. So why do you like it better, Ambrose? Hey, Cody! Did you know you are the second biggest donator for this game? I looked it up earlier. Now to die, and game over here, again. Yeah, if you want me to refund the money because I'm not doing a good job, that is an entirely valid answer. There's nothing wrong with asking for that. It's going to take me a while to hunt it all down, but, you know. Difficult without punishing? Infinite lives. Bam. Done. The checkpoint design's already good. Or at least reasonably good. And the length of levels is much better in 2 than it was in 1, overall. So, there you go. Infinite lives. Done. Whoa! Was not looking at the screen. And I have died because of it. And now I'm going to die again, and then 6 more times. And then I'm going to lose. Then I'm going to start over again. But yeah, like, in all in total sincerity, ignoring frustration for a moment, getting my emotions out of the equation for just a second. A game like this, in my opinion, should have a very quick get right back into the game mechanic. Again, I point once again to Celeste. A game where you... and then you go right back into it. It's like a 1.5 seconds of delay. Now, I know this is an older game, so they didn't really have the tech to do that, but the fact remains that this kind of gameplay works best, in my opinion, when you die and then immediately get right back into it, and then you die and then immediately get right back into it, rather than waiting. Which is another reason why the game over screen can go to hell. Ignoring the fact that, you know, you go back to the beginning of the stage, there's the fact that it forces you to basically stop playing the game for a second, as it's like, you're dead. Okay, now you can go back to trying. My opinion. Because I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I actually agree with Blue Wolf Alex on this point. This game in particular, 2 in particular, is substantially better in terms of challenge than 1 was. 1, I can describe 1 very simply. I never felt like I did anything right in 1. I felt like I got lucky, and that's how I would succeed in 1. But in 2, I feel like, you know, like I said earlier, most of the time when I die, I can tell if it's me or if it's the game, and most of the time it's been me. In the interest of total honesty, most of the time it's just been me screwing up a jump. And that's fine. That's challenging. That's cool. If it wasn't for the live system, I would be a lot less frustrated right now. So I want to give this game a negative for that. And it's basically for the fact that like I said, the loop of getting back into gameplay is not good. And it wasn't fixed in the remake, and it could have been. You know? Yeah, for basically wasting my time. What do you think, guys? Yeah, the remake does not seem proper, which is a darn shame, but then again, it's Activision. What do you expect, right? It's Activision who farmed it out to another company. I feel like I just answered that question, Mr. Red. However, to repeat myself, the length of levels works a lot better than in 1. I have yet to see a level in 2 which is way too long. You know? So the level length is a lot better in 2. Even when I agree with you, we disagree, Blue Wolf Alex. I can't win. This is, if you're paying attention, the first negative I've given to 2, by the way. Yeah, I've actually asked Blue Wolf Alex before what he likes about live systems, and I don't remember his answer, and I'm not going to bug him to give it again. But he gave a good answer for that. I remember that. I just don't remember what the answer was. So, first negative for 2. So far, 2 is at +2, and that's it. We'll see what we think going forward. Wait. I just realized something. We need to add another negative for 1. See, yesterday, hear me out for a second. Yesterday we decided that adding, basically designing either the core mechanics or the level design around the concept of recovery was a good thing, and it was deserving of a positive. And I think we kind of came to a consensus on that one. The problem is one actively not only doesn't have that, but actively does the opposite. So it's not just an absence of a positive, it's a... And I'm looking over here, and I don't think I actually added that, so... Oh lord, if we ever actually start reviewing some of the really bad NES games, you will see the negatives pile up. So anywho, but yes, 2 has already gotten a plus for music. I don't know if it'll get another one. We'll see. Level design, that is to say checkpoint, mask, and live distribution, the recovery mechanics, and the music are the positives right now to 2. But yeah, the puts you at the beginning of your of the game thing is that Bregwood just mentioned reminded me of a lot of NES games. Oh, you died. Start over. No, the game. Start the game over. As sad as it may sound, I remember when suddenly adding the ability to, you know, have mid-level checkpoints at all, and having a live system that allowed you to restart a level at all was actually considered innovative. Because in the older games, there was really 2 mentalities. There was, you play forever. Like, in other words, the game had no end or terminus point whatsoever. You just played, and then you played forever. A lot of Atari games were like that, for example. And then other games were built to be arcadey, aka, we want more quarters from you. What have we got? By the way, fun little thing. Have you ever heard anyone say Contra, the original Contra, is an easy game? Because I have. Now, what's funny to me, there's a specific person. I'll leave their name out here, but hang on. And their big argument was, I don't see why it's so difficult. I mean, yeah, I die like 20 times, but once I'm through, it's fine. How many of you can already detect the flaw in that argument? I'm just curious. So I actually told them, all right, do me a favor, go play it without the Konami code. Huh? Just do me a favor. Okay. They couldn't get past the second stage. For those of you who don't remember, the original Contra, without the Konami code, you start with 3 lives. For those of you who also do not remember in Contra, if you get hit, you die. It's another one-hit kill, like, you know, a lot of platformers are, including the one we're playing right now. That being said, I will freely admit that I suck at Contra, even with 30 lives. We ever play that one? We're playing with save states. I'm just saying right now. We ever review that sucker, we're probably just going to go ahead and be like, yeah, no, I suck. And just accept reality there. I actually don't know what it was named in Europe on Falkenstein. I have beaten Contra. I've even beaten Contra legit. Don't think I could anymore, to be completely honest. Yes, you have, Hazardous, several times. You've talked me out of negatives. You've talked me out of positives. You've talked me into positives, and you've talked me into negatives. At this point in time, you guys have successfully convinced me or changed my opinion on everything that this review system uses. That being said, statistically speaking, I have to fight more for negatives than positives. That's not a dig, it's just true. Hi, Savicom. So, what am I supposed to do about the bee? You can't recall you guys talking me into any positives? Or out of any positives? We'll try, Junior Shire. Enjoy lunch next time. Oh my god, is this just... Okay, okay. I gotta be honest, I don't run from bees in real life, I kill them. Hey, it's a bee. Die! God's sakes. Let's see, talking me out of positives. I feel like there was one during the FF series where I wanted to give a positive for someone, and someone pointed out, rightfully so, that they had so little screen presence that I couldn't actually give them the positive. And they were right, so I pulled back from that. I can't think of any other example recently, forgive me. Yeah, we'll try spin attack, because holy crap. So, Threshold is fun to watch with alcoholic substances. I don't think that's really a positive in the episode's favor. That's like saying, you know, Skyrim's a good game if you mod it. Okay, that's a bad example. That's like saying Dragon Age Inquisition is a good game if you mod it. There we go. That's better. I don't think the game gets that positive. Oh yeah, by the way, game over. Loading. Gotta load the level we were just in, after all. For some reason. I'm surprised you didn't go for the obvious thing. I can't think of his name all of a sudden. The guy who plays Tom Paris actually does a surprisingly good job of acting in that episode, despite everything. Also, they won an award for the freaking makeup job. If you can believe it. No. Which one's that one, Crazy Norse? Is that related to... Oh, what's the name of the mod? I always wanted to try, and I've just never had the time to. Ultra Mega Long? I can't think of the name of it. Cavemen to Cosmos. That's it. Cavemen to Cosmos. Yeah, Threshold doesn't do some of the really messed up things that a lot of other Star Trek Lamentation-worthy episodes do. It's just really, really dumb. I can always describe Threshold easiest by saying, spoiler alert, they go infinite speed as a side plot. Like, that says everything it needs to right there. Oh, that sucked. Yeah, it's basically the B plot to set up the actual main plot. Which I don't know what else to add to that, you know? They accelerate to infinite speed as a B plot. Get it? Sorry. I didn't do that one on purpose, admittedly. I did get hit by that bee, but not on purpose. Yeah, no, the actual main plot is about how humanity is de-evolving. Oh god, Omega Legion. There are no words I find more terrifying at this point in my history than, hey, you're gonna review such and such a game. It's one of my favorites. Well, that was a kill or die, or die situation, rather. Yeah, we're gonna try the spin thing, because that hasn't worked yet, but sure. Hey! Apparently I'm just terrible. Not the first time. Listen, sometimes we evolve to be worse suited to our environment. Just that sentence by itself is all I really need to say. Oh, God. Hit the wrong button. Whatever. We're past the bees. I'm proud of you guys. No one made a Nicolas Cage joke. That's pretty impressive, Crazy Horse. Interesting. I was actually wondering myself what the difference in the terrain meant. Listen, you gotta stay mobile. She doesn't have a phone. Actually, she does have a phone. But she doesn't want to become reliant on her smartphone. I mean, that makes sense, right? It's Mario. He's even got a giant mallet. I was actually gonna wonder, so why is Mario trying to kill Crash? No, it's Waluigi. If you look at his body type.
Crash, I haven't got much time. Cortex has almost completed the new space station. Something's not right with his statements. Beware the tricks he's
Yeah, one of these days you just gonna say what you're gonna say rather than, I don't have much time, at the beginning of every sentence. In Konami, there is place for only one. Mwahaha. Yeah, one of the things that, of all things, D&D taught me was how to be able to convey a lot of information very quickly. Or very efficiently. It actually would probably be a better way to put that. Because, for those of you not aware, there are spells in D&D that allow you to communicate with people pretty much regardless of distance for a certain number of words. So... Wait, this is the hardest level of the game? Oh, that's not something I need to hear. I mean, I know you guys love watching me die. Over, and 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 over. And over. Okay, apparently I literally cannot do that, so we're gonna stop trying that. Agreed, Ogre. Then again, Order of the Stick is probably one of the smartest written webcomics I've ever read, so make of that what you will. I wasn't trying to jump there. It's okay, I have infinite lives for this section, so there's no frustration. There we go. We're no longer bouncing. Oh, I remember that. Took about it. Dearths and Droids was actually really good in the prequel eras, in my opinion. I kind of fell out of the series in the original trilogy stuff, and they've started covering the sequel trilogy stuff, which I'm kind of following along with. Congrats. Eating is good. Now to die. All those lives I just earned, they're gone. There's one of them. Yeah, for some reason a hedgehog really wants to kill me. I don't know why. You had your chance, Sonic. Go away. Or don't. Fine. Then death is your reward. That's true, Amber Eyes. There's even a trope for that. Everything's trying to kill you. It's not obvious. I'm trying to get... I'm not trying to get every crate, but I'm trying to get every apple I can, because I could kind of use the lives. I do actually want to beat this game. It is my job, as I've said before. Oh my god. Friggin' hedgehog. What's in Shining Force like the hedgehogs? Go away. Honestly, this many apples, would probably hurt my throat. Ice physics. Easy answer. I can think of good water levels. I have to really think of a good level that uses ice physics. I can think of good ice levels, but most of those don't use ice physics. Sure, that's actually what I was hoping for. It's like, you know what, I've been doing really well. I need to die to even it out, right? Like, I can't just get through a level and not die, right? That's crazy talk. Thankfully, the nitro was there for me. And the penguin! That's the other thing that was awesome. Someone did the math once at how many apple seeds or apples you'd have to eat to get cyanide poisoning. It was a fairly large amount. It's kind of like, you know, drowning yourself to death by drinking water. Or, actually, no, I'm sorry. It's like trying to get a caffeine overdose by drinking coffee. There we go, that's better. Because it's possible, but by that point, you're drowning before you have the caffeine overdose. There we go. I'll get my factoid straight here. That's true, the ice skating thing was alright in Mario Galaxy. I'll give you that. Something like 1,000, I think, Savicon. Yeah, no, Godot isn't even on the same level of how many he would have to drink. Yeah, if you want to overdose on caffeine, you don't. That doesn't happen on accident. You're doing that deliberately. Oh my god. That's a life. But it's not worth dying for. Ah, come on, I hit it. I hit A. Why? Whatever. Oh, I don't know. Look up how much caffeine is in an energy drink. Look up the lethal dosage of caffeine. Math. Basically, you have to reach the point where your system is no longer handling it, Final Cloud. and then you keep drinking, at which point you then start filling up your GI tract with water. Really? And then it has to start backing up from your GI tract into your lungs. Then you'll die. And keeping in mind how difficult it is to continue drinking when you're actively... Like, the water has no place to go. Like, I'm not actually 100% sure a human being is physically possible of drowning themselves deliberately. No, thank you, Omega Legion. Well, I mean, you know, salt poisoning, right, Crazy Nurse? Yeah, exactly right, Jazam. I saw the life. I am super not going for that. Kind of wish the level was over with now, but that's just because I've died a lot and I don't want to lose progress. Don't kill me, Sonic. I like some of your games, I swear. I think it's like 1.5 liters to the gallon or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's 3, I don't know. Google it, I don't know. Ignore me, I know nothing. Now to die right before the checkpoint. Now to die right at the checkpoint. There we go. Okay, that's bullcrap. No. Yes, they literally have metal gears. Sure use a life right about now. God, it does. That's the exit right there. What do you want to bet I have? Like, yeah, I have 2 lives left, guys. They were like, how can we... I might as well just resign myself to dying at this point, having to do the entire level over from the beginning. Because something stupid's gonna happen.
Game over.
In visual range of the end of the level. God, whatever. Well, that's an interesting question, Sigma. Hey guys, you want to talk me into a negative? Because I think Sigma's talking me into a negative. I'm serious. Because the hitboxes are not better in 2, it's just the level design is better in 2. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't get the negative. And if you want evidence, how about the crusher that just hit me 5 seconds ago? Yeah, to my knowledge, the hitboxes are exactly identical as in the first game. They certainly feel that way. Right. I need that. That's true, Lazarus. That's true. So let's see how the hitboxes are in 3. And if they're just as bad, then yeah, we'll give the whole thing a negative or 2. Hey, we haven't died! We can go to the death path. We're not. I just want to get this level over with. But we could go to the death path. Wait, we've totally died. Like, we died to something stupid right at the beginning. But no, you're absolutely right. The reason music is 2 separate positives is because not only is the music separately good... No, Amber Eyes, not in this game. But because of the fact that it's continually good, like it's a continuing positive, more than one positive for the same thing. Yeah, I thought so, Cord. So, wonky hitboxes. Did you see where that killed me? Because it was up here. Okay, I don't know what happened there. She just stopped dead when I tried to slide. That might have been an actual eaten input or something, because holy crap. Yeah, I would agree, Dakota. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm very used to in several MMOs I could name. It's like, oh, you got hit by such and such. It's like, yeah, okay. The game thought I was over there. Got it. Die, penguin. You don't belong in this world. Sure, game. The slide's actually not terrible when it comes to ice physics. It's not what I would call good. But I've certainly seen them a lot worse. You know, I've actually been doing pretty well this level. Oh, the slide itself feels terrible. Like, it's really short range, which is problem number 1. And it also... after you do it, here, watch. You've probably seen me do this. There. See me do that a couple times when I'm actually trying to slide a second time, but instead this happens. In short, it actually feels a lot like the slide from Mega Man 3. which is not a positive thing. Now, the slide jump feels fine. The slide jump feels basically exactly like the launch jump in a lot of the 3D Marios. You know, when you do Z jump, that thing. Die. I'm trying to remember if Mario 64 had a slide. I don't think it did. But I could be incredibly wrong. Mario 64 has a lot of movement tech. No, a slide. Slide. Anyways, I mentioned it because I know the later Mario 3D platformers did actually have that. It's developing, Amber Eyes. It's getting there. We'll have a headache by the end of the day, don't you worry. We did yesterday. I had trouble getting to sleep yesterday because of my headache. I'll take your word on it, Linkinsky. Yeah, I have real pain pills, but I don't want to take those. If you see the, like, the really kind of bright blue stuff, that's ice, and therefore ice physics. Yeah, the ice physics are actually not terrible. It's weird, considering every other problem I'm having with this level. I just want you to know I did that jump completely blind. Like, just hoping I would land on the platform. Yeah, I don't even want to think about getting the gem on that level. I know, hard-boiled one. Oh yeah, I was actually trying to think of an example of a 2.5D game other than this one. Can anyone think of one? Sonic Colors doesn't count. I don't remember if Generations counts. Mighty Number 9 doesn't count. Mario Odyssey doesn't count. Oh. I should probably explain what I mean. So, someone was like, hey, you know, this is the beginning of 2.5D, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm with that. Then I realized that's actually incredibly wrong. Because, for example, someone just mentioned the Metroid 3DS remake. There's also Mega Man 11. However, neither of those games are 2.5D. They are 2D. They are fully rendered in 3D, but the actual game is a fully 2D space. Yeah, that's because there's actually 3 definitions of 2.5D. Doom is not what we're referring to at all. So there's 2.5D, which is fake 3D. Then there's 2.5D, which is 2D in a 3D plane. Then there's 2.5D, which is 3D in a 3D plane. That's what this is. But the point is, we were talking about maybe this being an innovator for the 2.5D, the third definition. And I found myself being unable to think of another example of a game that did this. At all. I feel like there has to be at least one, but I can't come up with one. So I hope you like this screen.
Game over.
I'm ordering lunch, by the way. As you may or may not be aware, I didn't get the opportunity to get groceries this week. So, much as I prefer to cook, I also like to be able to eat. You know, at all. So... Don't worry, I'm getting something super cheap. Like I always do. Lord knows I don't want to taint a good meal with this game. Hey, James Rock, this game's awesome, and I love everything about it. Please don't kill me. I guess you can kill me if you really want to. It's okay, I accept. I probably deserve it. Yeah. No, well, that's going to get here too early, so I'm going to have to sit on that. I figured it'd be out here for an hour. Just really cheap burritos. And Bragwin. For dessert, you know. Thank you very much, Bragwin. Very much appreciated as always, man. I don't know why you're donating now. I don't know why anybody would donate now of all times, but thank you. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, Brandon. I am failing at my job here. This is the time when you don't donate in order to make a statement, or withdraw a patronage or something. So that's an Acer, that's an Asus, and that's an Asus, the Mega Legion. Those two are 24-inch. This one is 20, I want to say? I don't know, it's smaller. Well, I'm actually not sure how that happened. My job is twofold. My job is to entertain and to inform. I don't think I'm doing either of those things right now. Good night, Sewell Story. Get some good rest. No, that's not my job. That's just real life, Junior Shire. Okay, that was strange, but I'll accept it. I was actually hoping to keep the tiki for this section right here. You know, whatever. Come on. There we go. I accept. Because apparently that was not working out. I guess there is a group of people who like watching me fail and get frustrated. Like, I've heard that before.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
I mean, as I've said before, there is demonstrable, provable evidence that people prefer negativity to positivity. Statistically speaking. Like, more people will watch or like or be engaged in a negative video than a positive one. Like, that's not debatable, that's fact. Thank you, Cody, very, very much. Do appreciate and oblige the support. Thank you, sir. I'll put that towards Oblivion. A game that we'll get very frustrated at. Actually, we probably won't. Although it'll be interesting to play Oblivion unmodded, which I haven't done in an extraordinarily long period of time. Exactly, Final Cloud. Did we kill the monkey? You know what, sure, whatever. So this is where I really wanted that tiki mask for. So I'm just guessing at the timing here. And I'm wrong. Okay, so the best part is when you have a live system and you have to guess at timing. You, every failure means you have another chance at not getting to do it again for another 5 minutes once you game over. So that's neat. So let's try here instead. Hey, a tiki mask. We're probably just gonna burn this here, but we'll try not to. Or we'll get... You know one of the things I like least about the tiki mask? If you get hit with the tiki mask, you automatically jump, which completely and utterly alters your momentum and your jump art. But believe it or not, it's not conducive to living. I know, it's shocking. Hey! We're not done with the level yet. I'm gonna be like, hey, Cortex, I've decided the world can just explode. Like that. That is the fate of the world now. Peace. I'm going back to the beach. Get some Z's, you know. As I say, you know we're on the verge of gaming over, right? So, as soon as we die, we will once again codify that negative I've already given. Oh my god. And there it is. Codified. Oh, hang on, we have one more life. Soon to be codified. In a few seconds here, we'll die. And then we'll codify. And then you too will be able to experience how much this game's life system sucks. In my opinion. Or we could get another... I'm not 100% sure what happened there. And I have no idea why it happened. But, you know. Sometimes life throws you lemons. Sometimes life pulls out a machine gun and shoots you in the face. Because life accuses you of being a Nazi. Pro tip. I'm not a Nazi, I swear. Trust me. I think. I might not be a Nazi. I don't know. I do keep getting shot in the face, so maybe I am actually a Nazi. Like, I don't have a really good way of telling, you know? Like, how do you judge something like that? No, but I was very recently accused of being a, what was it? It was a dumb China communist sympathizer, I believe was the full thing. Seriously. That's actually a thing. My comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I just say YouTube? Oh, I don't even remember what the vid was. It was something, I think it was something about Star Trek. I don't know. If you really want me to look it up, hang on. I'll tell you whatever the VOD was. It was something that had nothing to do with China or anything whatsoever. Or communism. It might have been dumb. Hang on. Just look up the word dumb. Hang on. You're going to have to give me most. Hit the brakes on the stream. Now I pretty sure it was a DS9 thing. Almost positive. Where is it? Oh, for God's sakes. I really hate the new YouTube interface so much. It is so terrible. And slow and bad, and the search function doesn't work. Whatever, I'm going to say it was DS9, because I'm like 90% sure it was a DS9 thing. So there you go. It was Star Trek. Completely out of context for anything. I also got some negative comments on Godfather just now, so that's neat. I always love it when people leave negative comments. It makes me feel alive. I mean, how do you know you're alive if people don't tell you that you suck? See? See, now we get to start the whole level over again from the very beginning. And honestly, that's the reward in its own right, isn't it? Honestly? Why would you even play a game that allows you to keep playing it? That's just stupid. No. You have to go back to the very beginning every single time. But this game, I want to posit a negative to gameplay, because this game does not allow you, force you to go back to the extremely beginning of the game every time you die. Not every time you game over, every time you die. Every time you die, the game should force you to go back to the very beginning. I don't even think it could call itself a video game if it doesn't do that. See, I should go back to the beginning of the game right there, for example. Now I'm actually going to deliberately die here. Because at this point, there's no reason to continue. I need to refill my life. Yo, I already got a migraine, Blue of Alex. Sorry. I'm not joking. I literally have developed a headache playing this game. That's not a joke. That's not a meme. My head hurts. Like, I can yell and scream, or I can joke about it, and apparently nobody likes anything that I do. And I don't know what you people want from me. No, a break wouldn't solve anything. All a break would do is mean I would have, you know, more to play later. Where they jump. So I always feel like this is necessary for something. So I keep hitting it in case there's like something later where that's necessary. Actually, no. Once I get a headache for a day, I have it till the next day. I actually lack the ability to get rid of a headache. I'm not actually kidding. Once I have a headache, that's my day until I go to bed. If it's a really bad headache, I'll still have it when I wake up. I've told you about that. You know, wake up in the morning headaches. Those are awful. Then rest until I feel... That one involved not streaming until tomorrow. And I got a backlog, so no thank you. Besides, what would that fix? All that would mean is I'd have more of this game to play tomorrow. Good luck on getting groceries, period. I hope you get everything you need, period. How did the appointment go? Question mark. Laura is just trying to compete the level. Laura has given up on any kind of 100%ing or completionist thing or anything. Yeah, until about halfway through Tomorrow Hazardous, then I'd have a headache again. If I get an actual no-really migraine... Let me rephrase that for a second. So... I have a... I guess I use different definitions for headaches, because there's normal headaches, then there's bad headaches, and then there's what other people seem to call migraines, and then there's what I call migraines. Now, I don't get what I call a migraine very often, because I wouldn't be streaming if I had a migraine. What I call a migraine. You wouldn't... I can't function when I have that level of pain. Like, I couldn't talk, I couldn't interact, I couldn't play the game, I couldn't even have my eyes open. Thankfully, I don't get those all that often. They do happen from time to time, but they're not as common as they used to be, so that's nice. Normal migraines are still quite unpleasant, but I at least have things I can do in order to try and mitigate those, like hot water, for example. Like, I'll take a really hot shower and that'll help. Food also helps. Usually meat, and by usually I mean always meat. So, you know, a nice hearty meal tends to help with those too. Yeah, exactly. A real migraine. That's horrific. I'm nowhere near that. Right now I'm at headache, which is which is a minor irritant. It'll get worse later, and I'll have to live with it all day, but this is semi-normal. This is still nowhere near as bad as it was for Greedfall. Sure, Gnarlix, what do you got? Yes, I do suck, and yes, you shouldn't watch my show. There's my evidence. Any questions? Yeah, I remember the first time I ever had a real migraine, and I was just disoriented as hell. Like, this... I actually didn't even think it was a headache, because it was so bad, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I really hate those flames. A lot. I hate everything about them. I hate their cycle. I hate the fact that their the hurt boxes are dumb. Like, that hit me right there. Did you notice that hit me? I don't know if you noticed that hit me, but that hit me just now. Well, that sucks, comma. I'm sorry, period. Whatever. That's irritating. Turns out Lormum's pain doctor appointment was just the doctor trying to cover themselves with regards to new opiate laws that have been passed in that state. So that's neat. So no new pain management for Mum. You're on cord. Really, game?
Game over.
So I can't joke about it, and I can't be upset about it, and I can't yell about it. So that really only leaves me one choice. Pure apathy. And that's not a joke. Those are the three methods I tend to deal with frustration. Trying to joke about it. And then, you know, venting. And then just giving up on life. I'm not actually sure, Amberaz. I've never played this game before.
What have we got? What have we got?
Refilling my lives.
What have we got? Game over.
You remember when I quit the Mario Odyssey, or excuse me, the Assassin's Creed Odyssey run? Don't want to confuse those two games. One is incredibly amazing, the other's garbage. Anyways, I don't know if you guys remember this, but someone was really upset that I quit those games. And I mean, like, just absolutely attacking me in repeated comments about how horrible I was and how a terrible business practice it was and how I need to immediately give refunds and blah, 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 blah. You remember that? Well, you probably don't, because you don't read every comment I get, but I do. Were they a patron? No. They hadn't donated a dime to that game. Not one penny. You may or may not remember, I actually did offer refunds for that. A couple people took me up on it, even. No, they didn't donate one penny to my show. Never have and never will. They were just an asshole. And I was actually thinking about that. For some reason, right now. Because I've noticed I tend to get a lot of people like that in my comments. And I suppose that makes sense, really. You know, the people who aren't invested in anything are the people who are like, nah. No, I usually don't ban people for something as minor as that. Why am I suddenly not making this jump?
Game over.
Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 2 Remake? Because Resident Evil 2 Remake is actually a pretty good introduction to the series. See you around, Mike. Have a good dinner. Like, I could easily recommend you start the Resident Evil series with 2 Remake. Now, that being said, it has been argued by several people who know the Resident Evil series better than me that it's not really a Resident Evil game. It is also worth noting that I am not a fan of the Resident Evil series. And Resident Evil 2 Remake is the the second Resident Evil game I've actually enjoyed. Oh no, I guarantee with 100% certainty I will get those comments, Final Cloud. There is no doubt in my mind. Yeah, I haven't played 3 yet, so I can't talk about that one. Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned to be a horrible human being. No, anyways, I wasn't really going anywhere with that. It's just, it was in my mind because somewhere along the line, I'd say about last year-ish, I stopped giving a damn about people who were just horrible on YouTube comments. You see, one of the reasons I used to try and spend so much attention to those people is because I never wanted to be dismissing of other people's differing opinions, right? Because that's never my mentality. I do not want you to stop talking to me just because I disagree with you. I don't want to dismiss you just because you disagree. The difference, however, and this is the thing I've kind of forced into my own mentality, and I have to admit I still have issues with this, but I have to acknowledge that there's a difference between someone who disagrees and someone who's an asshole. And the thing that really pushed me over for it, I guess it wasn't last year, it was pretty recently, because the thing that really pushed me over for that was a comment on FF7's review, which was just at the beginning of this year. And it was someone who was being an asshole, and they kept prefacing or suffixing every single one of their comments with, and I bet he'll ban this because he hates people who disagrees with him, or what do you want to bet he's going to, delete this comment, or, something like that. And it took me until, now this was a person who had been a long-standing troll and asshole on my show for about 6 years. Quite a while, and I never banned him, because he kept tricking me. I kept being stupid enough to fall for the trick of, oh, well, I better not ban this person because that proves he's right. That kind of thing, right? You know that? You know that trap? Because I've seen that trap before, and I still fall for that trap, as I'm indicating. It's a very successful trap. It's really easy to try and trick someone into, because the idea is no matter what you do, they win. Either you ban them and they could say, "Ha ha ha, I was right," or they could continue to convince you not to ban them. At which point, they get to continue to have a source to outlet their toxicity, actual toxicity. That's getting weird. Yeah, exactly, Hazardous. Look! He banned me, clearly! Oops, I didn't think that would happen. Huh. Oh, whatever. Well, whatever time did I... Whee! Nazi time! This section of the stage will forever be associated with Nazis. You're welcome. Nazis! No, I'm going to go ahead and pursue a policy of banning in those kind of cases. For someone who's actually bad. Because, screw them, I believe, is roughly the justification there. But also, I'm not going to play by their rules. That's really what that boils down to. Like, what's rule 1 in my Twitch chat? Can anyone tell me? Don't be a dick. When it boils down to it, that really is my only rule. Everything else is basically just a subset of that. That's it. That's all it takes. You can disagree, you can discuss, you can argue, we can debate, we can play, we can enumerate, we can sort a backseat game, all sorts of things. But what you cannot do is you cannot be a dick. I've come to understand more and more that I actually apparently have one of the most lenient chat rules on Twitch for professional streamers. Like, holy crap, you would not believe what they ban people for on Twitch. Like, just stupid stuff. Or extremely strict thing. Okay. Not sure if I can make that jump, but we're just gonna go for it. Yeah, some people ban for emote usage, some people ban for what's your favorite Final Fantasy. Some people ban for whatever they friggin' feel like. And of course, some people also tend to define backseat gaming different than I do. Usually my rule basically is no backseat gaming, but that's actually not the rule. The real rule is don't be a dick in your backseat gaming, right? That's it. That's really all it is. And Shazam! Yeah, don't spoil by being a dick, you know? Good morning, Anime Pantsu. Or afternoon, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm talking out loud. This is me venting in a way that doesn't involve punching something. Don't mind me. I'm just talking. Trying to give a little bit of insight into the ridiculous amount of thought that I put into this show. Because I put a lot of thought into this show. I know, shocking. I know you never would believe that. what, Linkensky? Yes, of course, Cody, please. As always, I am always listening for potential positives and negatives from you guys. Oh my god! Well, that was interesting. I've decided I don't like this level. Yep, no, definitely don't like this level. Well, like, for example, if I'm playing... Accusing the word nuts. Wow. I have had a couple of issues, pretty infrequently, with backseat gaming. And usually what I say is, chill. And then they chill, and then we're fine. I don't think I have ever banned someone for backseat gaming. I could be wrong. I have banned people for spoiling. None of you guys. You know, bots or trolls or whatever. Although we've actually been doing pretty well about people who aren't spoiling ever since we implemented the timeout rule. Yeah, it's almost like don't be a dick really is the only rule. Huh. Anyways, so like, for example, death. So, for example, oh god, I guess I should look at the screen. I'm just gonna die. I accept death. Kill me. Kill me, please. Thank you for killing me. Please kill me one more time. Whew, okay, we're good. We're dead. We refilled our lives.
Game over.
I'm telling you, it's Waluigi. It makes so much sense. Anyways. Words. I gotta read chat, Hazardous. I actually lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Cody was talking about potential positive for exploration, I think? And I feel like that's actually pretty similar to the positive Zalok was debating. Basically, encouraging exploration is what that really boils down to. I didn't think I was going to make that. What do you guys think? What thinkest thou? Or not. What? There we go. That's what I thought. Well, good, all materia. Well, no, there's plenty of secrets. I've been kind of deliberately avoiding most of them for pretty obvious reasons, but they're there. Damn. Okay. Welcome back, Ogre. Well, secrets themselves aren't a positive. Secrets are normal. Getting hit by a giant mecha totem, that's normal.
Game over.
Well, it usually depends for me, Hazardous. Like, for example, if someone walked into chat right now and said, it was his sled, with regards to FF7R, immediate ban. No question whatsoever. See, the reason being is whoever is doing that is here to troll. They are not here to actually discuss. They are not here to actually try and talk or be a person or view a thing. They are here to ruin someone's experience. That's their purpose in life. Ergo, no. Admittedly, though, that's kind of a case-by-case thing, which is usually my overall approach. And I know a lot of people dislike that, and whatever. In truth, we've actually had pretty cool viewership for quite a while at this point. I can actually distinctly recall the last time we had to ban someone for being a dick. Well, that's not true. I can recall the last time we had to ban several people for being a dick. There we go, that's a more accurate statement. Wow, that guy right there, don't be him. There you go. There's the rules of my chat in a nutshell. I don't know what to do about this. If only I had infinite lives. Yeah, we here at the Lore Walkers hate skinny people. Apparently. God, couldn't even make it. And game over. Because screw you. You can have all my extra weight, Suffolcom. I don't need it. Fallout 4, by the way. That was the game. People kept showing up to spoil Fallout 4. And I do mean quite a few. It was actually back when we implemented the new, you have to be a follower and watch for 15 minutes before you can start talking in chat thing.
What have we got?
I don't actually have 30 pounds to spare. I'm not that fat, but... Oh yeah, no, I totally got spoiled for the twist in Fallout 4. Because I was the one watching for those, so I was the one banning. Kind of a catch-22 there, isn't it? Someone's got to basically be willing to be spoiled to ensure that other people are not. Yeah, we've never done subscriber-only mode, and God, I hope we never do. Like, I get why people would do that, and if we ever got big enough, we'd probably have to do that, but... Shrug. Please tell me the level's over soon. At least there's a checkpoint, that's something. I did hit A. You couldn't tell, obviously, since I died, but I did hit A there. That was bullcrap. High card. And now the best part is now I'm more stressed than normal. You know why? No, I'm not going to rehash the same point over and over. I've made my point. Can you not slide while dashing? Yeah, that'll never happen, Crazy Norris. Like it or not, I am niche. Well, I hope you liked the first 5 minutes of this level, because we're about to do it again. And here we go.
Game over.
Aren't there like 10 games in this series? What do you mean, Mr. Red? I mean, obviously, honest, I get that, but what do you mean by that being a thing that encourages trolling? How do you play this co-op style, Jordan? Fortunately, I did that in the reverse order of what I was meaning to, because I forgot. This. Sure. God, we're probably only halfway through this stupid level. It's okay. We've gone through the easy part. Give me some lives, please. I'm not gonna get any lives. Great. So now I'm about to die, and then I'm gonna have to start over from the beginning. There's just something really discouraging about that, you know? Wow! Okay. Super bees. Why would you do this to me, game? Why do you hate me, game? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Well, I will admit I do try pretty hard not to devolve into hyperbole. Oh, thank God, I thought I was going to die right there, right at the end. I can see that, Mr. Red. And like I said, I do legitimately try to avoid hyperbole. I don't always succeed.
Crash, I have discovered that the opposition is being masterminded by Dr. Nitrous Brio, the inventor of the Evolvo Ray. Brio was responsible for our misunderstandings in the past. He forced me to assist him in his plot for world domination, and he's at it again. He will attempt to stand in our way. Be on your guard, Crash. Deliver the crystals to Engine.
I definitely believe him. He sounds legit to me. Oh, it would be so much work, Retro Sam. And the best part is, everyone would blame you for everything.
Like Dr. Cortex said, give the 20 crystals you've collected to me!
Yeah, sure, hazardous. They might not say it to your face. Wait, what? I can throw fruit? When did this become a thing? This is what I've been saving all those apples for the past 2 games. Apparently I can't aim at all. I disagree with that. The fact that I got hit. Okay, got it. Hands. I think the game's over. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Shadow Machine. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. It's not even on the list right now, and you know, none of my friends have picked it up yet, so no multiplayer fun. We'll at least beat Crash 2 before FF7R, so that's nice. We haven't even seen his Phase 2 yet. This should be fun. Missiles! I mean, that makes sense. Whoop, whoop, hello. Almost didn't see those. The colors distinction's usually pretty good in this game, but I didn't see that red. See? I saw the motion, not the color. Jesus, come on, game. Oh, wow, Hardboil. I mean, the pattern seems to be static, so it's not a huge deal. At least until the pattern changes, in which case that's kind of a big deal. What do you want about it's about to do? Now I die and I start all over from scratch. That's what's about to happen. Yep, same. This is a little boring. I'll be real. Okay, yep. Favorite game with a stupid protagonist? Ooh. Give me a sec to think on that. Actually, yeah, I was going to say Kingdom Hearts is the easy choice, because I do not like Sora. I haven't for a long time, but I'm rather fond of the Kingdom Hearts series, so... And yeah, I was actually thinking of Mass Effect as well, because, like it or not, Shepard is a brick. Like, copious amounts of headcanon kind of cover a little bit of the stupidity, but Shepard is not a smart individual by any measure. It depends on the game, Crazy Norse. Sora does still hit several of the tick boxes of the, the classical archetype of the stupid protagonist. Again, it does depend on the game, though. Like, in some of the games, he's not dumb at all, which is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, there's a reason it's Admiral Hackett and Commander Shepard. Anyways, I Let's see, what other examples can I come up with here? Okay, so he's gonna do something. Not sure what exactly. Do that. The platform goes away. That sucks. He's gonna do that. And then I'm gonna die. This should be interesting. FF10, yeah, Tidus is not a smart individual. Okay. You got it, Juanta. Thank you so much for somehow still supporting a worthless failure like me. I do appreciate it. I don't understand it. I appreciate it. Okay. I've managed to move a little bit away from the frustration emotionally. So I'm going to go ahead and give a separate negative for hitboxes. Much as I hate to do that. Because of the same reason it would be a negative in a long-standing game, because it's a continuing regular problem. So yeah, it's a consistent issue. It is not as bad as it was in 1, but I think that's mostly because of the level design choices in 2, which are superior. Which brings me to something, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but I do have to actually do this because it's true. I'm going to give a plus to gameplay for level design. This is actually technically an aggregate plus, but both aspects are level design, so I'm just going to call it a level design plus. First of all is for the obvious, you know, the fact that... Where's my food? For the fact that there's some pretty cool and pretty interesting jumps and puzzles and designs and just sections of the levels that would be fun if not for the lives problem. The fact that the lives problem detracts from it does not change the fact that the level design itself, in these cases, is actually good. In addendum to that, there are several circumstances in which the game does a pretty good job of being like, hey, you should go this way. Or maybe you should check back here. So it's kind of the encouraging exploration plus interesting challenge thing combined, and that's the plus there. But yes, it is time for break, even though my food isn't here. That's neat. It was supposed to be here about 2 minutes ago. Level variation? No. I don't think this one gets a level variation plus, sorry. I don't think it really is all that varied, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I've got eggs. I do have eggs. I'm running a little low on rice, but I could do that too. Either way. I'll see you guys in about an hour. Probably a little more than an hour. I don't know how long this is going to take. No promises.